To load an existing project, click on File, Load from your computer, and click on the project, First Project, and then Open. When you open in a new Scratch project, a cat sprite appears on the stage. The backdrop of the stage is white, and an icon for the cat sprite also appears in the sprite pane below the stage. We don't really want to work with the cat this time, so we delete it by clicking on the X at the top right of the icon. We could also just click on the sprite we want to delete and press the Delete button on the keyboard. Now let's add some actors for our story, a bat and a frog. Click on Choose a Sprite to display the sprite library. Click on the category you want to choose from and click on the sprite that you want. The sprite will now appear on the stage, and an icon for that sprite will also appear in the sprite pane. Now let's add the frog sprite. This time, type the name of the sprite in the search box and then click on the sprite. If you click on a sprite icon in the sprite pane, a watermark image of that sprite will appear at the top right of the script pane to remind you with which sprite you are working. This is important because each sprite must have its own script or code, just as actors in a play will each have their own words and actions that they must perform. To get a sprite to perform an action, you must drag code blocks from the block palette here on the left onto the script pane. The block palette contains all the different code blocks arranged in different categories. Each code block is a separate instruction, telling the sprite what to do next. Note that each category of code blocks has the same color. For example, motion blocks, which make the sprite move, are all blue. Looks blocks, which allow a sprite to change its appearance or to say something, are all purple. Events blocks, which specify when an action must take place, are all yellow. Click on the icon of the frog sprite in the sprite pane. Notice the watermark image on the script pane. Click on the motion category and drag the Go to Random Position block onto the script pane. Now, if you click on the code block, the frog will move to a different position on the stage. Each time you click, the frog jumps to a different position. Now, click on the icon of the bat sprite in the sprite pane. Again, notice how the watermark changes to a bat. Drag the Go to Random Position block onto the script pane as before, but this time click on the down arrow next to the words Random Position and choose Frog from the list. Now, if you click on the code block, the bat sprite will move to the frog sprite. But clicking on code blocks to make your sprites move is not very effective. It will be better if we add an event, a code block that specifies other ways to specify when the action will take place. Let's first add an event for the frog sprite. Click on the frog sprite in the sprite pane, click on the events category and drag the When Green Flag Clicked code block onto the script pane. Place it above the Go to Random Position block and drag it down until the two blocks snap together. The two blocks are now linked and we have a fully working script. Now, each time you click on the green flag above the stage, the frog will move to a different position on the stage. In the same way, let's add an event for the bat sprite. First, click on the bat sprite in the sprite pane. See the watermark change to a bat. Drag the When This Sprite Clicked code block onto the script pane and link it to the Go to Frog block. If you now click on the bat sprite on the stage, it will move to the frog sprite. plain white backdrop for the stage can be a little boring, so let's add a different backdrop. Click on Choose a Backdrop to display the backdrop library. Click on the Outdoors category and select a suitable backdrop. Perhaps jungle. We can change the display of the stage to full screen by clicking the full screen control command at the top right. Let's test the finished program. Click a few times on the green flag to make the frog jump around on the stage, then click on the bat to make the bat fly to the frog. Finally, we exit full screen mode by clicking on this command again, and then save the project with the same file name. Click on File, Save to your computer, and select the existing project First Project. Click on Save. Scratch then asks if we want to replace the existing project. Click on Yes. That's all for now. Now you can give it a try.